So what I decided to do here was change the seating arrangement, mostly because when another driver, if we're doing a driver change race or just one of my mates, let them have a go on the track day or something, the seat was fixed, bolted to the floor like they normally are. So I bought some brand new second-hand Recaro side mounts. So they're actually the proper mounts. Oh, someone's got a bit of anti-lag going there. Brand new second-hand Recaro side mounts. They actually sit the seat further down and better than the old things that I had before. And I bought some Recaro runners. So I'm just trying to position this in such a way that the seat can slide forward, but when it does slide forward, it also raises up. Also, if you're a bit shorter, you're not going to be able to see over the dash or over the steering wheel, like a little old lady. Yeah, so this is the problem I've got. I've got a massive gap here now. So I'll have to get some towers made just to bolt that to it. And then I can adjust the rake of the seat afterwards. But I obviously need the front just to be a little bit higher than the back. I mean, that's looking pretty much in the middle. Depends where I put the camera. But to me, I'm about there, yeah. So that looks pretty good. It can't go back much further. That's with the seat in the furthest back position. So there's not a lot of room around there, but that's fine. But I was just thinking that might give me a bit more room getting out, as it's going to be quite tricky. So that's fine. I'll try and, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I need to try and keep that in place and then move the runners, move the seat forward on the runners so I can see how close it is to the steering wheel. So to make up a template of the mounts that I can weld to the floor, I've got some electrical back boxes just because they are nice, flat and square. Cut them to shape so they fit the shape of the floor, get the angles right, and I think we're in good order there. So what I'll do, I'll get Tim to make these out of some nice thick 3mm, 2.5mm, 2mm, I don't know, steel, whatever he recommends, probably 3. I'll get some captive nuts in the places that are crossed off here, get some nuts welded on the inside, and then I can use Allen key bolts to put the seat runners on. So I'll bolt it to the seat with a little bit of movement in it, put the seat in, line these up, tack them in place, and then I can unbolt the seat and get them welded in and painted. That's the plan. You can always add a little bit and take a little bit off with metal work, although I'm not brilliant at it. I've had to add a little bit of cardboard there to meet the floor. But I reckon that'll work. Okay, I've just come back from Tim's. He's made me some mounts for the seats to go on. So I'm going to bolt them to the seat and see what happens. There we go. These are in place, roughly. So what I'm going to do is bolt them to the seat, like that. Flip the seat over, give it a wiggle, and then there's a little test fit, and maybe then just tack them in place, but they might need a little bit of grinding here and there. It's gone in pretty well. That's all right. That seems like it's on the lines and where I need it to be. This one, however, I don't know if we can get in here with this, but zoom. Got quite a big gap there, and a big gap there. So I think I'm going to need to trim the top off and just that cool edge either side, because I think it's just a bit tight. But this top edge needs to be trimmed so it goes down further. It's nice, you know, it's quite snug. It's just that it needs to drop down by quite a lot. I'll have to measure between epoxy roll cage. Measure the height difference between this one here and that one over there to make sure I get the right angle, because one of them is wrong. I think it's this one. That's made plenty of mess. Hopefully there's enough shiny bits to get a couple of tacks on, and then Martin, oh that needs a bit more. Martin come around and actually do some proper welding on it, but as long as I can just tack them in place so they don't move, and brilliant. So if you're thinking about welding in your house, think again. Yes, this is here, so it's disguising my cock up, and there's some nice holes in the floor. I think though it's not damaged the tile underneath, but there was a little fire. Oh, weird. As well. Oh dear. It's going to make it heavier. I'm not sure we want too much filler in it, but it's about 5mm thick in some places. We've been in the barriers a couple of times. Peter hard at work on grinder duty. Jeez. We have ourselves a better welder this time. He's doing a better welder. And he's doing some bodywork. Thanks, Reese. Bit of rot in the floor there, so taking that back, we're just going to put a plate over it. It's not worth. Well, probably cut it out maybe. I don't know. There was a big hole in the tunnel there. That looks terrible, but we're going to make that better as well. I'll show you afterwards. That thing, I bought it a couple of years ago, didn't fit it, and then it didn't work anyway, so I can't send it back. So I've had to get myself another one. It's a refurbished unit, but we can change the smaller billet pot on the top so it fits. There we go, lovely new refurbished unit. Yes. Sorry about the noise. There you go, these rear quarters are looking much better, thanks to Reese. Not much thanks to Peter, because he's inside making more holes and grinding and welding inside. But no, it's looking much better. Here's Peter putting a plate over another hole from where the roll cage used to be. Ta-da! These bits here need a little bit of work still, but they're getting better. Once we put a bit of paint on them, they'll be fine. So Pete Vader getting ready. Nice and awkward.
It always helps putting the earth on.
Yep. So there we go, some of the bodywork done. It doesn't exactly match, but I suppose a couple of stickers, a little bit of grime and stuff from the track. I was really going to notice. Just happy to get it back together, get all the dust off, get it back inside, sort out a few other issues. Finally got my dash back, and it's a lovely flocked thing. Well, I've had it a little while, that's why it's a bit covered in fluff. But I needed to get the bodywork done first, otherwise you'd just get absolutely covered in dust. And it'd be probably a pig to get out because it's all flocked and lovely. So the next job is get this in, get the actual display in, and all the bits and bobs bolted down. Yeah. Let's fix it here. Okay, that needs to be clipped in somewhere. Oh, it screws in from the back, I remember. There you go. So we'll screw all that down. I've got to put some wiring up to these lights. Fits over there. Something like that.
And that fits in like that. Ah, like a glove.
There we go. Well, there's a lot of faffing around trying to get that to actually fit right, because it was sitting so low I couldn't get the cowling in. So I've had to put some brackets in to keep the dash in the right place. I don't think I'm going to put anything on now at the moment. Maybe a timer. That's got to be fixed in. That's actually not in yet, so I've got to fix that in. We've got anti-lag there, anti-lag severity. Cow switch, so I'm going to put some labels in. Mind you, I'm the only one who drives it really, so yeah, but yeah, really pleased with the dash. It's come out really nice, saved a little bit of weight, got my little switches in there. I've actually cocked up a bit there and cut that out too much, and it's been a bit of a mess, but I might well replace that at some point, just so I can get the vent working right. But yeah, the dash is in now, look. Yeah, really happy with it. Just got to get it working. The dash is looking lovely. I'm happy with that. Things obviously need connecting up, a few wires there. And the seat is in. I wish they still did the covers for it because it's a bit manky where you get in and out, you catch it. But maybe get some sort of patch on there at some point. But a bit of a test fit, but the seat goes in. It's on the new sliders, it goes backwards and forwards, lovely. So I just need to see now, make sure I fit. This is a bit, right, a bit far back. Scooch forward. Ooh, here we go. We're in. Need to get my lid on really, make sure. Oh, that's a bit lower, that's better. Yeah, I think I need to try this with a helmet on really. So one hand here, one hand here. There you go. Oh my God. Got a helmet somewhere. This cable, definitely higher. Oh yeah. Oh, much better. Loads of room. Loads of room. With the other cage, I had to kind of wedge myself in the seat so I didn't hit my head on the top bar there. But there's plenty of room around there. Fantastic. Managed to get quite a lot done today. We've extended the driver's side sill loom because it was wrapped around the cage a little bit, so we put about a foot onto that. Also done a few things on the dash, which I can show you now. Yep, so we've got a stopwatch there, because the races are timed. Hit that as you go over the line and you know how long you've got till last lap. This little doobry is USB that talks to the dash. So I can get things swapped over on there for, you know, how it displays and what it does. Water injections there. That's a switch to flip it on. This here is to turn on and off the power steering pump, because I might want the ignition on for whatever reason and not want the pump running. So I thought it's just handy to have. Obviously there's a kill switch there. Another thing I managed to do, so if we can power it up, turn on the ignition. We haven't got that connected to the ECU yet, so it's not doing anything. And that buzzing is the ABS pump. But now if I pull the line lock, turn the ignition on, might be helpful, there you go. If I pull the line lock, we've got a warning now. Put it down, turns off. Because I did have a race, if you've seen any previous videos, or the previous video from last September, I had a race and I left the line lock on, and the car just come to a halt on an apex of the fastest corner on the circuit at Silverstone. But you know, live and learn. So yeah, happy with that. ABS is going scatty for some reason. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, so a few little jobs done today. Just waiting on Peter to pop round because I was trying to move some brake pipes around to give myself a little bit more room, and I accidentally took one a bit far, or backwards and forwards a couple of times, and it split. So I've got brake fluid everywhere. But Pete's going to come around and sort that out for me, and then we're going to do a little bit of heat management under there, under the bonnet to protect all the braking system. And that's about it really, and then it's ready for the engine to go back in. Oh, I've got to get the doors on. No doors. Anyone want to buy a bike? Message me in the comments if you want to buy a nice RVF. Not been ridden for about 12 years, but we've just had it all redone. New jets, brand new tyres, new brakes, new everything really. And it's running nice now. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, doors got to go on. I've got to do something about maybe putting some different mirrors on. There we go.
You got a buzzer or something?
Ta-da! Oh.
So you got a buzzer? Or should I get mine? What size are the nuts?
17. I think so. So this is the problem we've got, is when you go in here, we've got little hole for your fingers. There. Zoom out a bit. I don't even see what I'm doing. Right, a little hole there, and one somewhere up there, which is really even more difficult to get your hand in. So it's a little bit tricky. Look at these lightened hinges. Ridiculous. Trying to get that lined up there. Line up the old paint marks, so roughly there. I'm trying to see you now.
Oh,
Nearly lost it.
nearly. Maybe if I do the bottom ones first.
Bottom ones.
I bet. I need a deep socket, don't I? No, I shouldn't do. Should be alright. Deep socket.
Deep pocket needed.
It's a tweaked one.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah, because it's the
Is it not tight? Yeah, that's why I said get a wheel gun on it. I think that's what I used to take. No, I must have done it by hand. It's not powerful enough, is it? Those locking washers.
Alright, door needs to come up.
Up?
Yeah.
I'll put this down. Hold on.
No,
Looking like that's where it came from anyway.
yeah.
See what you're doing through here. Oh, that needs a bit of paint. What? Sorry.
Slight. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Driven worse.
MOT'd worse. Alright, let's try again. Good luck. I think we need to loosen that off first, otherwise it won't shut. No, the top one ain't.
Alright.
Because look. This is why child labour is so important. We should get more of it.
You
Stick-
have children. Use
Yeah.
them.
Oh yeah. He's helped me yesterday actually.
Oh,
He done some soldering.
Whose idea was this?
You said it'd be a great idea. So fit the stupidest roll cage you can get in it and make things more difficult.
Found the bloody dozy.
Action! Idiot. The problem is, it must be that front one.
You want to put it in? Move your fingers.
I'll move your fingers out of the way.
No.
Right, that's latched, yeah? That's more like it.
Right, you want it like that, yeah? You go with that?
Yeah. We've got a gap like that at the bottom.
Yeah. But the top's no gap, is it?
No, the wing looks alright. I think this back door is probably
Yeah, the back door probably needs to square up.
needs to drop a little bit. But all the stickers line up, so maybe, I don't know. Oh, it is. Oh shit. Hold on. Let me chuck the wheel. Try that, Pete.
Right.
It went back again.
Right, that's as tight as it's going. That moved.
Did it? The power of the hammer. That moved loads.
Too much.
Too much, Pete. Much better at the top.
Yeah.
That's quite even now,
Right.
but the whole thing needs to go back slightly.
Fuck's sake.
And it's hitting the
Check strap.
latch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although that probably needs adjusting
Yeah.
because that is now shutting at the right height.
Right.
So just tweak that up a little bit. Yeah, the latch is a bit low. Oh, there you go. Better. Massive gap. I think probably the best thing to do, get the other one on and see if they're both gaps like that. Because it don't look right by modern standards.
Yeah,
But-
exactly modern.
That might have been how it was.
Yeah.
I'll get onto the RS forums and can you get your hand in the gap in the door? Yeah, the bottom's sticking out a mile, but I mean I might have bent the doors where I've
Well, yeah, they're a bit lightweight now.
a bit flimsy now, aren't
Yeah, just a tad. Just a tad. Less holes than I've got the cheese.
they? There you go. So it might be that needs to just
Sweet. Yeah. Careful the filler.
It's a very floppy door. I might have done too much. That's a bit better. There you are. Right, yeah, but there's a huge gap, like I say, but still hitting that.
Yeah, so it's too low still the check strap.
Is it?
Yeah. You got hours of fiddling, haven't you?
Well, that's flat now. Yeah, so it needed to come up and go in slightly. The doors are not really level, but they are at the top. So that's just...
So the sill's not level.
Yeah, the sill's wonky. That's a hefty old gap. It don't look too bad. When you look at that rubber though, it's not too bad, but the bottom,
Yeah.
it's almost, if it went back like a couple of millimetres,
Thing is, if we take the wing off.
that's quite tight around there. But yeah, that's...
Yeah.
When the other one goes on, it's probably be the same.
Yeah, I mean it is tight up front.
Yeah.
But curve's nice.
Mm.
If the curve's nice, then
It's not like we're going to hear the wind coming in anyway. There you go. Now I've probably gone through this before, but at the moment the car's got these lovely carbon fibre mirrors. Trouble is, if they get slightly knocked, they go all loose. Because it's just one pin that goes through there that tightens the whole thing up, and it's flapping around. So I was coming up with the idea of replacing them with cameras, because these mirrors are pretty useless because they do that. The original ones are massive blocks of, like a brick hanging off the side of each door. So yeah, I want to kind of, I do like these, but they're a pain. Because once you get, someone walks past it, every time someone walks past it, they'll just knock it. Doink. Yeah, so let's whip that off and see what we can do with the camera. Get rid of that. I need to drill a hole somewhere here for the cables to come through, where I'm going to put the camera in the middle of that panel. Done. Very hot. Ouch. And then take this little thing apart. So take them off, pull that out. I'll have to put a grommet in the hole because the other one's going to go in more in the middle, because where that is, I can't bring cables through because it's right on the edge of the window. There we go. I'll have to just put some grommets in those, and the camera will be there somewhere, hopefully. There. So I'll put that back on, line it up where it needs to go. Yeah, that looks good. And then, not that one, I need a smaller hole. I need a, what size hole do I need? Is that in the right place? Let's grab a pen, draw a little circle in the middle. Work out what size hole I need. 10. There we go. If we ignore the holes, that looks quite smart. Bit pointy, but you know, it's quite smart. I don't know if you can see, but that doesn't sit in there all the way. And the reason for that is, if I can pull this through, with the original one, it's got some fixing points inside. I don't know if you can see inside there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a Dremel and try and take those back a smidge, just so this will sit in flush. If not, I'd have to put like a rubber thing around it, but that'll be the best way, I think. Just take those off and sit it in there flush. It does tend to get quite hot doing like this. we go. I think that should fit now. Taking a few mil off. Caught the edge, but I'm gonna put a little bit of paint in there anyway, stop it corroding. I forgot to show you before, these little 4-pin connectors just about squeezes through the middle of that thread. It's a bit tricky to get in, but it does the job. There we go, flush. So you've got a picture of my car in the background. My calendar from last year, this year, 2025. I'm still stuck on July. Much better. What do you reckon? A bit different, isn't it? Oh. See your little mirrors. Well, it might give you half a mile an hour top speed benefit or slightly better acceleration, who knows. So let's see, I think I found the right ones. Hopefully. A little bit big, that one. Let's try this one. That just plopped in, so that's probably too small. Let's try this one. Right, what else have we got? Slightly too big, maybe. Tricky this, I might have to drill them out. It's not ideal. If I drill them out, I'll be able to get a grommet in there. I'll try and find some smaller grommets. Let's try again. There we go. Better than having the holes there. I'll have to give it a little polish. But yeah, not sure if that's good or not. I've got the old door loom grommet, and I've got my camera cables, so I've got to get that through there. This direction, I believe, and power the thing up. Come on, where are you? There you are. Oh, it's hard to do with a camera. I'm looking through the camera, I should just look at what I'm doing. Oh, there you go. Bosh. Okay. Goes inside. That goes in the door. Cool. There we go. It's just to protect the cable. I know I've got a whacking great hole there, so it's not going to stop any water getting in. But it's just to stop it catching on the edges when you're open and closing the door. Just to stop it getting caught up and cut through. Right, so I'll turn on the ignition. It's sideways. Oh, I can reach out. Look at this. And adjust it. I think I have to pull it out of the hole. Change it that way. Oh, mate. A bit more. Bit more. Bit more. Oh, too much. Let's get the horizon in the right place. Can't really tell, is that it? I'm not sure. I have to drive on the road to actually see what's going on. But yeah, and then I shove that in. I can point it out, I can point it back in. Too much door. Oh, very wide angle, very wide. Love that. I reckon maybe there, somewhere there, right in the corner. I can see because my eye line's there. Yeah, there. Let's glance across. Yeah, I like that about there. It fits quite well there. Like I say, I've got a bigger screen, but I don't think it will fit because that's right up against the door frame there. There. Right up against there, so I might have to stick with that, but obviously I'll probably have a bigger one on the other side, so it's clearer, so I can just glance across it. That's not bad at all. That's good. Oh. And as if by magic, we have driver's camera and passenger side camera. I'm not sure whether that's staying there yet, probably not. Might go on the door. But at least I can see what's going on. It's not too sad. It's not a fantastic screen or an expensive camera, so it's not HD, but at least I'll be able to see if, when someone's to the left or the right of me. I can probably reverse from them as well. I'll probably need to fit a middle one up there. I'm not sure if it's part of the regs because I can see quite well behind me through those side ones, but it might be a case of I need to put another one up there, just put a camera on the back. I have actually bought a mirror, a wide angle mirror, but it's a case of finding a way to clamp it to there because it's right up against the roof line. Another job I've been meaning to get around to doing before it goes back for the engine is some heat shielding around the braking system, just because it will melt. So there we go, a little bit of heat management. It's quite good, this stuff, it's fairly flexible, and got a bit of thing from Funk Motorsport there just to cover up a little bit of the brake pipes that go across, because exhaust sits right up here somewhere normally, if you can see it, just under there. So I have to tie the exhaust up so I can push the car around, and hopefully that's going to clear the manifold. And look, because the wastegate sits right here now, because for some reason Walton, they make some really lovely products, but for some reason they've whacked the wastegate right here. But I think it's probably for Group A cars where they haven't got all the braking system, or a left-hand drive car. I should have really noticed that, and because normally they sit up here out the way, or there, you know, so that they're not too sort of packed in the corner because there's no cooling down there. I might have to put a bit of ducting up there just to try and move a bit of the hot air around. But yeah, quite happy with that. It's going to keep most of the heat away. You've got to try and do this so that it's not actually contacting anywhere, because if it does touch, it just transfers the heat straight through. So you need to make sure everything's gapped with an air gap. So fingers crossed, my brakes won't cook. Well, as usual, I've got on with stuff and forgot to film any of it. But so I got myself a new welder, so I haven't got to keep bugging people to borrow theirs. And I've reinforced the splitter brackets in steel, because it was in alley before and just did like a drop at one side and it kept bending. And we've triangulated it up to there. My welding skills are absolutely atrocious, but I don't think it's going to fall off. Plenty of welding now, it'll be all right. I can't really see it now because I've got paint all over it. So there's one side and there's to the side. So I think we're good. It should be a lot stronger, so I can obviously be careful of the curves, but every now and again you do clip one, and it was just bending all the brackets. So there we go, happy with that. Happy with my new welder, but not happy with my welding. I might have to do a bit more practicing. That's a splitter clicked into place, absolutely solid. I can stand on it, and I'm a big fat git. It doesn't go anywhere. I don't know if I've shown you in the quick release thing before. 2 secs. So as you can see, we've got the pull handles, or the pull cords, one either side, and they pull on these latches to release them. There's one at the back there, one at the front, same the other side. So when I pull on this, it drops off. So it comes off nice and easy. It clips up very easily as well. And we're in. Look at that, seconds. Makes it much easier getting it back in the truck. And obviously, you know, having to repair things and stuff as well. Over at Spotters, he's been programming the new throttle body.
So that is effectively your pedal control, and that is also limited by your gear you're in. So if I swap the gears, that's the maximum for the gear, and you can only go down and it will stop it going wider. So we can tune it for no wheel spin, max grip everywhere.
He's also been modifying my loom, and over at Heart Power, the engine is built, it's complete, just waiting on the loom now so we can stick it on the dyno. And that'll be in the next episode. I'll go up to Heart Power, watch the dyno tuning, running in, etc. And then get the engine in the car, and off we go. Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much.